I hate to do it, but I think I have to. That doesn't look right, and I think it's worth investigating, so, up I go. Is anybody gonna notice the Inquisitor climbing a lattice like this? Only one way to find out, I guess. Up I go. There's nobody looking. Hopefully Dorian is causing a big enough fuss. He's not even causing a fuss. What's down? Blood. That's where the blood goes. I want to make sure there's nothing over here, though. Oh, one of those statues. I'll definitely take that with me. Anything over... Oh. Can I? What is in here? They're dead. What is this? We can discuss this like adults, can't we? We both know the weapon at Briala's disposal could not only turn the tide of our war, but every war. The Empire must control it. I do not believe you disagree. She's now a greater threat to Orlais than anything else. If you and I work together, we can wrest control away from her. Do not deceive yourself that she will be open to negotiation or diplomacy. You know her better than anyone. You know that's impossible. Okay, good. So threats are happening now. Fantastic. Threats in the form of dead people. What is this? The library. And inscriptions. Is that a book to pull? Oh. A secret desk. Lady M, I need you at my side tonight. The unpleasantness in the royal wing has convinced me there is no safety within the palace. I do not expect my cousin to employ magic. I'd hardly be surprised if he provoked another infestation. Since my court enchanter is not here to assist me, I must rely entirely upon you. There is no one else I can trust. Celine. Lady M, that must be who... what was it? Liliana was telling me about. What is that?
That's the bell.
Okay.
I should get back to the ballroom.
Light Florian's urn? No. Wait, urns? How do I know which urns to light? Well, these are going out. I definitely need to get back, though. Do I have time for this? I don't know. I'm gonna make the time. Oh, that one. No. Alright, so that's something to come back to then. Let's see if we can leave and come back. And another book. Okay. Anything in here? Oh. A password.
That would be the second bell. Fashionably late.
Okay.
Now.
Time to run. Because fashionably late or not, I don't want to make anybody upset. But fashionably late is great. Love being fashionably late to everything. I'm very, 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 very good at that. I think most of the time. Sometimes. Oh no. Hopefully Josephine doesn't get mad.
Well, well. What have we here? The leader of the new Inquisition, fabled herald of the faith, delivered from the grasp of the Fade by the hand of blessed Andraste herself. What could bring such an exalted creature here to the Imperial Court, I wonder? Do even you know?
It's a mystery. Even to myself. Trust me, I ask myself that question daily.
We may never know. Courtly intrigues and all that.
Such intrigues obscure much, but not all. I am Morrigan. Some call me advisor to Empress Celine on matters of the arcane. You have been very busy this evening, hunting in every dark corner of the palace. Perhaps you and I hunt the same prey.
I mean, that's a very, very good question. Perhaps we do, perhaps we don't. Perhaps we hunt each other and don't even know it yet.
I don't know. Do we?
You are being coy.
I'm being careful.
Not unwise, here of all places. Allow me to speak first, then. Recently I found and killed an unwelcome guest within these very halls. An agent of Tevinter. So I offer you this, Inquisitor. A key found on the Tevinter's body. Where it leads, I cannot say. Yet, if Selene is in danger, I cannot leave her side long enough to search. You can.
Interesting. Is the Empress safe for right now?
You left Selene alone. Is that wise?
I must return to her anon, but she is safe enough. For the moment. 'Twould be a great fool who strikes at her in public in front of all her court and the Imperial Guard.
Yeah, but a lot of people are very, very desperate right now, and I wouldn't put it past them. Why do you protect her?
What's your interest in protecting Empress Selene? Are you her bodyguard?
Do I seem a bodyguard to you?
No.
If anything were to happen to Selene, eyes would turn first to her occult advisor, even if they knew otherwise. There are sharks in the water, and I will not fall prey to them. Not now, not ever.
All right, fantastic. I think I know what door this opens.
Briala's people are whispering about disappearances in the servants' quarters. This key may lead there.
The ambassador does have eyes and ears everywhere, does she not? Proceed with caution, Inquisitor.
Always.
Enemies abound, and not all of them aligned with Tevinter. What comes next will be most exciting.
Exciting.
There's the Dowager.
For who,
Don't they-
exactly?
I don't think the court knows
That
what to
Morrigan
make of
was
this
interesting.
Inquisitor.
Dowager.
Perhaps we can speak later, Inquisitor.
Oh, of course. Thank you. I'm
Mistress
Liliana.
Nightingale.
Look at Lady Cambion's slippers,
Slippers?
trimmed with pearls and emeralds. And those buckles. Toss her into the lake and she'll sink right to the bottom. What a disaster.
I honestly did not know that you were into shoes, but now I feel like we have to have many discussions when we get back. To Skyhold, who would you support in all this?
Who do you think the Inquisition should support?
What we need most of all is a stable Olay. Either Selene or Gaspard can give us that.
So you don't necessarily think that it matters, but hold on. You know what? I can't get it out of my head yet. You mentioned shoes.
You spoke of Lady Cambion's shoes earlier. Shouldn't you be focused on other things?
Everyone needs a hobby. Besides, you can learn a great deal about a person from their clothing.
That's true.
Gold and jewels on a dancing slipper. A slipper is easily lost and finds itself in the dust and dirt. She is unconcerned with the possibility of losing the shoe or soiling it. A vulgar display of wealth. But Lady Cambion's family has recently lost most of its holdings. They have their title, but little else. So, how did Cambion acquire such a grand shoe, What has she done? Who has she bedded? These are all useful questions, no?
Honestly? Yes. And the fact that you're I can't think like that. Like, my brain doesn't work that way. So I am so grateful you're on our side and not their side. Because honestly, Liliana, as much as I respect you, sometimes I'm terrified of you. You seem different here overall.
You're different here than in Skyhold. More approachable, perhaps.
This is Halam Shiral, Inquisitor. This is the Imperial Court. This is the beating heart of the Great Game. Of course, everyone is wearing a mask. I learned this very young. I was still a girl when I attended my first ball. All this, the smiles, the small talk, it is a dance. And like any dance, it can be learned. For some of us, it has become so familiar that the steps may be performed in our sleep.
Interesting. Honestly, I don't know how I feel about that. And I no offense, but I kind of hope I never learn the steps quite that well. I have information for you, though.
I found this out. I'm not sure of its value.
Very interesting. It may not help our investigation, but we can put it to use. A little more dirt like this, and we might have some leverage in the court. If you find more, let me know.
Yeah, absolutely. If I find anything else, you'll be the first person to know. Anything else to report to me before I head out?
Have you seen anything interesting?
Oh yes. Halam Shiral is lousy with scandals and scheming. But no sign of our Tevinter infiltrator, I'm afraid.
All right. Well, that's good to know. I'll talk to you soon.
I should go. Be on your guard.
I always am.
That is why I am partially terrified of you, Liliana, but respect you nonetheless.
Elf woman.
Briala! Is that you?
Celine has something up her sleeve.
Inquisitor Llewellyn.
Yes.
How many of the guests have mistaken you for a kitchen servant? You've charmed some of the nobles. We'll see how long you can keep their favor. What brings you to me?
Wow, what an introduction. That is quite the way to open up any kind of negotiations you and I would have. I want to know more about you, though. Tell me.
I had a question about you, Briala.
I'm an elf, Inquisitor.
Same.
That should tell you everything you need to know about my life. I'm good at what I do. That's all that matters. I will help my people no matter the cost.
Okay. I was kind of hoping to know something about you outside of you being an elf, because that doesn't help me considering I, too, am an elf. But who are you?
What's your story? How was an elf invited to the Empress's ball as an ambassador?
Empress Celine and I have history. There was a time when I put my spies at her disposal. She knows my qualifications. We had a falling out. Now we are negotiating to determine whether I return to her side in the war.
Okay. That is interesting. What happened between the two of you?
What do you mean, we had a falling out?
She betrayed me. Turned me over to the guards on a trumped-up charge to save her political reputation. It wasn't personal. It's the game. That's how all Orlesians justify these things to themselves. It wouldn't do to let the court know she had an elven friend.
An elven friend. I see. Friend. And we're doing the wink at the end of that. Friend. And if the negotiations fail, what happens?
If she doesn't win you back to her side, what do you intend to do?
I have contingency plans. I'm not a child putting all my hopes on a single ball. This evening gives me access to Duke Gaspard. He's challenging. Not as progressive or persuadable as his cousin, but with time and sufficient blackmail, he might work with us.
You do know how that sounds, right?
You just told me you have reason to betray the Empress.
I know it's incriminating. Few harbor more resentment against Celine than I. But if she died after inviting me here, the court would certainly pin her death on me. An elf assassinating the Empress? Alienages across Orlais, across all Thedas, would be purged. That cannot happen.
I know. I know it can't. That's why I'm trying to figure out and get to the bottom of all of this. Trust me, I know exactly what's on the line. So you two were lovers then?
I've been told you were romantically involved with the Empress.
I didn't take you for a gossip monger.
Oh, I love gossip.
Inquisitor. I suppose your spies have already briefed you, so there's no point in pretending. Yes, Celine and I were lovers once, but we've gone our separate ways now.
Okay, well that's good to know. Thank you very, very much for your time. Anything you want to tell me about the leaders of these peace talks?
What can you tell me about Celine and Gaspard?
Gaspard is a warmonger. He served in the war against Ferelden and fought a dozen skirmishes on the Navarran border. He's a simple man. Simple men aren't hard to manipulate. Celine is the voice of reason in the Empire, but reason is cautious. Reason looks for compromise. Reason doesn't choose radical change, however sorely it may be needed.
Everybody has their own definition of radical change, though, at the end of the day. I'll talk to you later.
We'll speak more later, Ambassador.
Another time, Inquisitor.
I hope you enjoy the evening. Thank you for your time. I wonder if I can go and have more of a chat with Gaspard. I'd love to get his perspective on a few things at this point. If I've talked to Briala, I can talk to him. Gaspard!
My friend, come in, have a drink. What can I do for you? You've been busily charming the court, I see.
Of course I have. Of course I have. You know me. Always looking to see what's going on. I want to get to know you, though.
I'd like to know more about you.
All of Orlais knows my story. But you, my friend, are far too sensible to be Orlesian. The heart of it is simple. I am the rightful heir to the throne of Olay. But my cousin, Celine, is a politician, while I am a man of action. She charmed the Council of Heralds. They gave the crown to her, and while it looks fetching on her, I intend to take it back.
And you want it back, after everything. Sincerely, you're the true heir.
What's your claim to the throne?
The 100 Days Cough swept Val-Royer in 877. It killed thousands of children, royalty and commoner alike. There are only 3 living grandchildren of Emperor Judicael I. Myself, my sister Floriane, and Celine. And I am the eldest. By rights, the crown should have passed to me.
And your sister doesn't want the crown at all either? How did Celine take power?
If you're the rightful heir, how did Celine become empress?
I am the oldest, but I lack the Valmont name. My mother was the late Emperor's sister.
Ah,
Celine is a Valmont. Her honored father was my mother's brother. But she is the youngest. When there is any doubt surrounding the line of succession, the matter falls to the Council of Heralds. Celine outplayed me, forming alliances on the Council for support. So they passed over me in her favor.
wow. That is something. Do you want her dead? Like, let's be honest with each other. Do you want her dead?
Just what are you claiming? Her crown or her head?
If Celine loses her head, it will not be my doing. I want my empire. I do not wish harm on my cousin, but I would not weep at her demise.
Okay, so you're not necessarily actively out to kill her, but if she were to meet a unfortunate end, you wouldn't weep over it. All right, let's talk politics.
I have a question about the peace talks.
Tell me about the peace talks overall. Like, how are they going?
What will be going on in these negotiations?
We will whittle one another down with words until we are bored into agreement. Celine will talk circles around us, that elf will glower and cast suspicion everywhere, and I will get very drunk. Somehow, by the time they stop serving drinks, our war will be ended. Politics, my friend.
What? Is that really and truly how... I hate politics. Is that how it really works? Because no thank you, that doesn't sound productive at all. What happens if the drinks run out?
What calamities befall us if they stop serving drinks early?
If we're lucky, another war will break out. I cannot abide the game, my friend. I prefer my enemies armed and facing me. I like clear winners and losers. Give me a battlefield, Inquisitor. I will show you who the victors are. When I am Emperor, there will be changes. No more of this courtier's nonsense. The nobles may not like it, but after a few lose their heads, they'll fall in line.
Don't you mean if you become emperor, not when? What do you get out of all of this?
You didn't extend this invitation out of the goodness of your heart, Grand Duke.
As you might have guessed, I'm not the most political man.
I mean, likewise.
If the nobles believe the Inquisition supports me, it will help in negotiations.
Ah.
And I take joy in watching the scandalized expressions when they see us together.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. Thank you for your time.
We'll speak later, Duke Gaspard.
Another time, friend.
Best of luck getting drunk. All right. Well, now I guess it's time for me to grab everybody, get to where I need to go, which is...
Duke Gaspard has made a fortune to
I think, if I remember correctly, the door that I'm going to need might be...
If the Inquisitor is here with Gaspard, does that mean that Andraste wants him to be Emperor?
He's not wrong. He is not wrong. Everybody is looking at Gaspard now because I'm with him, and they're thinking maybe he's like Andraste's chosen kind of thing, because I'm... Oh, goodness. What a game. What a game. I hate it.
The painful stabbing, and then real stabbing. Lungs full, frothing, scent of apples as it all goes black.
Oh.
Death by Apple Pie, a lovely poem by our dear friend Cole.
Corpses, yay.
Must be the elves Briala's people are looking for.
Alright, let's see what else we have while we're here. Oh no, more. More and more and more of them. This is awful. Also, I have to stay in this dress. It's too complicated to get in and out of, and if Bull helps me in and out of it, I'll never make it back to the ball. So good luck to us. More blood, more people. What is... Another one of these statues. Alright, well, I'll take that with me as a just in case. Oh, look at this. It's been a massacre. I'll jump down here. Is that...
This was no servant. What was he doing here?
He doesn't belong. Even if he weren't dead, he would be wrong.
Is that the Chalon family crest?
I think so.
What have you been up to, Gaspard?
Time to have a word with the Duke.
Who is that?
Venatori agents!
Okay.
That must be the Venatori leader.
If I get blood on this dress, you are all going to be in very big trouble with Josephine. Because there's no way to explain, oh yes, the Inquisitor got blood on her dress. Because she was just, well, I mean, this is Orlais. Is blood on the dress normal in Orlais? Out of curiosity. Like, is that fine? Is anybody gonna notice? Maybe not. Okay, well, good to know. Maybe we will be fine at the end. You? Oh no, I got another. There's so many. So who let the Venatori in? Like, who's like, yeah, Venatori, come to the party. I didn't invite them. Dorian, you didn't. Bull didn't, for sure. I don't think Cole did, and nobody else did. So who thought that this was a great idea? Briala? I can't see Briala thinking that the Venatori is a great idea. Gaspard? Maybe?
Back me up!
Weird, but maybe. Yes, there's a warrior. And now it's time for you to not be here. Please, stop moving! Alright, they're
The
dead now.
Venatori were watching this approach. They're organized.
Too organized. Like, way too organized. Did he have anything in his pockets out of curiosity? No, just gold there. Alright, so no, like, notes or anything. I guess we'll just follow the trail. Is that a warden? What is the warden doing here? Okay, this place is getting weirder and weirder by the minute. And then another dead body. And oh, hello. Okay, good. More Venatori. Don't touch me. Delicate in this dress. So I guess we'll keep going the other way. Is there anything back here? Just more dead bodies. Alright. And elf fruit that I'll definitely take with me because they don't certainly need it. I guess up these stairs? If anybody sees any blood on my dress, tell me now because we should probably, you know, make sure we get rid of that. Dorian, you said you know a spell, right? Because they decided to put me in white, which I actually don't despise this dress, but, you know, if you could take care of it for me, if I see any blood, that would be amazing. Anything in here? Glad we backtracked a bit. What? All these bodies back here? Oh, this isn't good. At all. And we found ourselves in a bit of a maze. Well, I hear Venatori. I don't think there's anything over there. That gate's shut. Hello! Let me just help with that. Oh, good. I'm so happy we got Venatori here. You've got fire, and I'm a little afraid to go near you because this dress is flammable. But, you know, that's not the point, I guess. Good. Good. How are we feeling now? Thank you. What's in here? More blood. More Venatori. Honestly, I feel like we're at the point now where we don't have to ask the Venatori questions, right? I can just end them. This one, and then this one. They're gone now. Anything in here?
Ready yourselves!
Where did you come from? Why are you hiding in somebody's bedroom? That's rude. This bedroom happens to belong to somebody else, not you. Okay. Good. We got all that. Okay. Good. All right.
One down!
Another door. Can I open that? So what's in here? A locket.
Well, well.
Yeah.
Her Imperial Majesty has a fondness for elven keepsakes.
It would seem so.
Stored sorrow, hidden hurt. She couldn't throw it away.
Well, now we have it. Which can't be a bad thing. More blood. Okay. I think I know where this is headed. Not really, not at all. I just know following the blood trail is probably not a bad thing at this point. Ooh! Statue! I want this! I'm collecting them. I'm gonna put them in my room at Skyhold. Okay. You! Almost there. No, not you. Yes, you. Well, stop running from me. I want to stab you with daggers. Cole, get him.